Good evening and welcome to tonight's Yukon City Council, Yukon Municipal Authority work session. It is November the 2nd, 2021, and it's 6:30. We're here in the council chambers, the Centennial Building, which is located at 12 South 5th Street here in the glorious city of Yukon, Oklahoma. Tonight, we're going to be discussing the application to Canadian County for the American Rescue Plan Act, the ARPA funds. Tammy, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We do have a presentation that we would like to show. I wanted to let you know that some of this is going to be redundant for you because we showed you what we were wanting to ask for and what we were wanting to apply the funds to. This is the application that we made to the county. They received 28 million, and we had talked to the county commissioners, and they suggested that we call and make an application along with Mustang and El Reno. And we did that on a Wednesday, and we turned in our application on that Friday. So we want to show you what we applied for. Okay.
Before we go any farther, is this live on Facebook? Okay. We're not live on Facebook. I know people are wanting to see it, and so I was just making, so
Okay.
keep working.
The city's allocation is estimated at 4.9 million. We have received half of that, which is 2.452, 509.99. The remaining balance that will be provided in a year. Okay, the first of those is water line replacement. I'm not going to read all of this for you all, but we show that we could replace water lines, and if we pinpointed it down to a cost, it would be $48 million.
Can we get the county to come up with the rest of that money?
Can we come up with the rest of that money?
The
No,
county.
county.
The county?
Yeah,
That would be
they came up with
nice.
56 million, I thought,
No, they are getting 28 million.
first check, but they get some more, I believe, the next round. I think they get 2 checks like we're getting 2 checks.
Okay, it's
But
my
in the-
understanding they got 14 this first time.
Right, so they got 14 and then they'll get 14.
More the next time,
So
okay.
it'll be 28 million.
I was looking at 56, all right, thank you.
That'd be
Sorry.
nice.
No problem. This just goes ahead and shows you a detailed list of what needs to be done and the exact cost estimate of what each project would be. These are water lines that need to be replaced. And we come up with a total of, I can't,
6,478,000.
yeah, 6,478. That is the total amount of water lines. You've seen some of these pictures before. In this picture, you can see the 3 fire hydrants. There's water lines running to each of those. You can see here where we had a water main break, and our water and sewer guys are trying to fix that. This is another break that we had. Yeah, how would you like to be that employee?
No.
Okay, now we'll get to the second portion, which is sewer line replacement. Looks like the cost of that to replace all of our sewer lines that need to be replaced, it would be 78 million. So this is another detailed list of all of the sewer lines that need to be replaced. And that total comes up to 2.2 million. And this is some more pictures of the sewer lines. We also need to improve sewer lift stations. And there are two, or actually three, sewer lift stations that need to be improved. The total cost of that is $200,000. And these are some photos of the sewer lift stations. In addition, the wastewater treatment plant needs some improvements, as well as some upgrades. Currently, the capacity is 3 million gallons per day. Future expansion is to 5 million gallons per day. Estimated cost of needed improvements, these are things that need to be fixed right now, is 1.9 million. If we go in and do all of the upgrades at the wastewater treatment plant, the total would be about 7 million. These are some of the proposed modifications that team design had shown you in a previous presentation at the study session. These are all the upgrades that they want to make. These are the improvements that need to be made now. Again, the total is 1.9 million. This is a picture of an aerial photo and the clarifier. Okay, we also talked about the water filtration system. We talked about something that the city of Mustang is doing right now. They have a filtration system that they are using on some of their wells. We have 15 wells, but we only are allowed to put them on 4 of them because they are on private land. We cannot put any systems onto any of the wells that are on the airport trust property. And right now we are thinking that we would like to have 2 of those. They're at $1 million each. Well number 1 and well number 4 are probably the highest in arsenic levels. And this is a picture of some of those filtration systems. The next thing we would like to do to improve accuracy within our utility billing system is smart water meters. We've got estimated cost is $4 million.
Is that a necessity? If we listed things that we had to have?
It would probably, I feel like it is a need because we have so many customers that believe that their water meter is not reading correctly. It would probably be towards the bottom of the list, but for accuracy, this is the best way to go.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, to wrap it up, the potential projects would be water line replacement, sewer line replacement, sewer lift stations, the wastewater treatment plant improvements and upgrades, water filtration system, and the smart water meters. So our total projected projects is almost $24 million. Okay, this shows you as it was broken down and figured that it would be $155 per capita. We broke it down, or El Reno broke it down and put it in this chart. El Reno water would receive, this is all based on population. So El Reno water would receive 3.5 million. Union City would receive 256,000. Houston, which is a little small town that El Reno provides water to, is 150,000. Mustang's allotment is estimated at 3.5 million. Our allotment is 4.35 million. Calumet's would be 94,000. Piedmont's would be 1,330,000. So the total of all of that is $13,250,000. So that would be half of, I mean, that's what they've already received. Mayor White from El Reno has told Canadian County that we need it right now. So I don't know what the timeline is on that. We had to apply to the Assistant District Attorney, Tommy Humphreys. And so that was sent in when requested, and we're hoping that we get an answer back on that so that we can do some of the other things that we would like to do that is above and beyond our 4.9 million.
Then when they receive the second half, will we have to again apply for it?
No, I think once they make that initial allocation, it would be the same thing.
They would just,
You would get the same
the same
amount.
amount? Because I thought they were opening it to more than just cities,
Yes, they are.
so we might not get that amount.
We might not. It's just, that's what we're applying
Apply
for. Does anyone have any questions? We're also going to be applying for state funds. They've got billions. So but the portal for that hasn't quite opened up yet. We've applied for our password and login, but we can't quite get into it. So, but we will be.
I have a question on the arsenic filtration. Curious about, because the other option we discussed some weeks ago was one large arsenic filtration system for,
A plant.
right.
Yes, sir.
Did we decide that the individual units would be better or maybe perhaps more attainable at the moment because of
The cost.
right.
They are more attainable because of the cost. If we were going to do that, the initial estimate was going to be 7 million compared to 1 million, and we were supposed to. We were asked to join together with Mustang and do the plant, put together the plant. Mustang has decided to do their filtration system with those units that were on the pictures. They do not want to go in together and build a plant. So in order for us to do that, if we built a plant for ourselves, for our city, we would also have to go out and buy more water leases. Who's gonna sell us the water leases?
Right. But these particular, doing two of these will help our own production quite a bit.
Yes.
Do we
but
have a
it's-
percentage? I mean, do we know
Arnold could tell.
that would? I'm
Arnold,
assuming
yeah.
that would decrease the amount of water we have to buy from Oklahoma City.
Well, yes, it would decrease the amount of gallons that we would have to blend.
Blend. Okay.
Arnold, he wanted
I
to
guess
know.
I guess the real question is it going to pay for itself over time, or is it just that we're offering a better product at that
We
point?
presented to you, it's been a couple months back, that it would take roughly 20 years to pay the initial cost and then the fees that it would cost per year to operate the arsenic removal. But we could produce, each well will produce about 250,000 gallons a day. Is what we could, so if we had two, then you have to figure in the time the well's gonna have to be down a percentage of the time, so roughly 400,000 gallons a day, I think we could produce if we did the two.
Okay, good. So it's still worth it,
Mm-hmm.
and just not the bigger plant. So,
But in 20 years, then you're looking at probably replacing those units and you're gonna about to break even and
okay,
go against.
all right.
Thank you, Arnold. That's all we have tonight.
Any other questions?
This $7 million, to me, it seems like it's a drop in the bucket compared to what we really need. If we didn't have COVID and we didn't get ARPA money, we need $250 million. I mean, this city, for the last 20, 30 years, has not been spending money updating, upgrading our systems. And to me, it's an embarrassment, but back then, people were thinking other things. But now, this city council has to meet with this $250 million problem. And I don't want everybody to think it's our fault, you know. We're going to have to now come up with a solution. Forget the ARPA. That's, like I said, a drop in a bucket. When we need $270 million, we're going to have to come up with it someplace else. So I'm having a hard time trying to understand where we're going to come up with that money to do what we need to do to make quality of life better for the children of our community.
Thankfully, we have a new city management that is looking forward and already starting to make changes in some of our buildings that we've had trouble with. So we're now, a new regiment's come in and is looking towards improving what we have instead of just patchworking it. So I'm thankful for that,
Well,
Thank you.
Tammy. We appreciate
I
you.
appreciate the book and all the dollars and all the cents that we've been presented, but I'm still looking forward to see where we're going to get the $250 million to solve our issue for upgrading the city to where it should have been.
Okay, anybody else? All right, we will take a break and reconvene at 7 o'clock.